Okay, guys, Frosty here. I'm going to be doing an analysis of two American players this time. So not any European players. The players that we have on the left is, I think it's Keobas. Keobas, who uses Kamui, a long time ago. Not really popular at all. And on the right we have Patch playing Water Nazuna. That is also not very popular at all, and they've given me this replay for me to do this time, and I'm going to try it. I've had a few issues with XSplit, so it might be a bit laggy, but I don't know. It might have done an update without me knowing, because I'm seeing options that I didn't see before, and the screen capture isn't as working as well as it used to. So what we're going to do, we're going to start, and hopefully I'll be able to run this one properly. Okay, so one of the first things I want to talk about is Nazuna's jumps. Nazuna's considered pretty bad. A lot of people don't really like. People give generic answers like, "Oh, she's bad in pressure," blah blah blah. One of the things I do want to talk about is actually her jump height. Her jump heights are not good. In order for her to get good height, she has to jump perfectly straight upwards, which is very limiting. So it's really hard for her to win the beginning of the game here. So she's almost always on the defensive here. But Kamui isn't the best at going in either, so let's see. Let's play this at half speed. Okay, so what happens is Keobas uses a lot of health. He uses a lot of health to get that charge, and I've watched this video a few times just to see what I'm dealing with. He seems to be a player that really likes using this red sword. I won't fault that. The red sword is very good. What the red sword does is, if you look at this area here, let me see if I can colour it properly. If you see this thing here, it's called a kunigi. I don't like that actually. Let me redo that. If you look at this part here, when she puts a red sword, she has this thing called kunigi, and the kunigi effect basically changes one of her specials. No, changes 3 of her specials, and they have enhanced effects. For example, the air tensor, which is her air combo ender, now ground bounces the opponent. It's fully invincible and it's unclashable. The slide on the floor goes really far, really fast. Invincible after a certain amount of time. Also cannot be clashed if I remember correctly. And she has another projectile. It's like her, I don't know what to call it, misfiners. It instead shoots 3 of them, and they're air unblockable. There is one more actually, so I only use 3. There's improvement to her actual projectile, and she can hold that projectile out and let it go whenever she wants. You're gonna see Keobas use that a lot here because he likes it. I don't really like it myself, but that's because I like using the air unblockable mode of it better. So he sacrifices a large amount of health. The difference in what happens is the faster startup. There's 3 ways to gain the kunigi. You either go for a slow startup one, medium, or fast. The faster it is, the more health it takes. So Kamui he's draining his health to scare Nazuna straight away. That's perfectly fine. I like that personally. Nazuna at this point should probably, depending on how he feels about the matchup, could try and set out an animal. Let's see what he does. He does not set an animal. Well, you know what? He kind of goes for this water airball instead. Okay, and as you can see in the previous video, I was talking about how projectiles, Arcana projectiles, should be done in the air. He TKs it in a way. Oh my. So you see here, well, he kind of, well, I say TK, he just jumps up and does it. That's good. Oh my god. Yeah, so now I'm actually unable to control this video properly, so I'll have to go back several seconds instead of really in a really fine way. Okay, let's talk about this homing here from Keobas. So keep an eye on Keobas, the Kamui. He gets the red sword. Now, he starts from here. It's neutral. Okay? And what he does is he goes over the ball and goes straight down like this, really sharply. Pretty cool, you see? You see that? And that is perfect. He gets a lot of downwards momentum. He gets, he dodges that ball. That ball there absorbs a hit, so dodging it is pretty important. And he gets goes straight in on Nazuna. Gets a straight up jump in, bam, gets a hit. Okay, so I'm assuming that he doesn't go for the Uruma because he wants to keep his red sword. That's fine. I guess that's just player preference. That means that he probably won't be doing like high damage combos unless he hits that 1E. That poke out is really gutsy. No combo again from Keobas. Okay, he charges up a 5E. There is only one real good way to dodge that. There's two. One, you have extend blast and wake up. Two, you 4D on wake up. And to be honest, 4D on wake up is something you should be used to doing to dodge this stuff, because 4D has invincibility frames and has a large amount. Every character has access to 4D, so if somebody does unblockable on your wake up, you should 4D it. I'm not sure how much delay there is, because I've heard that American net play is quite shit. But try to 4D that in reaction. Otherwise you get a guard break. Then he doesn't get a combo of it. Okay, not a fan. Okay. That 4D is pretty bad. The reason why I think that 4D is pretty bad is 4D has invincibility. Ideally, you want to 4D an attack and make it whiff, so that you can, kind of gain momentum on their recovery. But what happens here? Oh my god, I can't actually slow it down. Okay, it's here. So what happens here? He does 5C and you 4D. Okay, the issue with 4Ding the 5C after you block a 5C is that Camry doesn't have many moves she's going to use after a 5C anyway. If there's any moves that she's going to use after a 5C, it's probably going to hit your 4D. For example, she can Uruma, which I'm pretty sure hits the 4D in the corner. She can do, because Keobas is playing Earth, he can do Earth Fist, which 100% will hit you if you 4D. 4D in this position is not a good idea. You're also kind of low on meter, so you don't have any metered options you could possibly use as well. So what Keobas does is he does 5C into the projectile, which automatically beats 4D, just straight up. 4D is a bad thing to do there. Nice, confirm, kind of. So he's holding the projectile. Yeah, it's in your best interest to block at the moment, but at some point you are going to have to jump out. Oh, he's lost it. Wait, what? Keobas. So he does the Earth Fist. Earth Fist is slightly minus, and he lets go of the projectile. Okay, so he then predicts to jump out. But here's the thing, right? Is if you're in blocks, if this is for Keobas, right? Keobas, if your opponent's in blocks, then they're not going to be able to jump. You should try and go in on that momentum. You've got loads of plus frames on that slash. You should probably try and go in. And the reason for that is because Nazuna is low tier, because she has very little reversal options and very little anti-pressure options, especially if she has no meter. I don't know why a projectile attempt was done there. So if you look at it here, see that? If you look at the Nazuna, she did a projectile. There is one way for that projectile to come out, and it's from because that projectile is either 2-1-4 or 4-1-2. I can't remember, and it could be you've been shifting from back down, back up to back, and so on. So if you press a button, you'll get a projectile randomly. Obviously, that gets you killed. Okay, so in Earth, Kamui doesn't get any combos off of Iruma without extend force. That is absolutely terrible. If you're going to do that, you need to like get a bit of distance before you do that, because he can wake up with mash and you'll hit that. So if I play that at full speed, see? Not just that, you wait for a bit as well. You should, if you're gonna do it straight away. And I think you did the slow one. You just did the slowest one in front of him, and Patch doesn't press a button. Okay. The thing is, I can't talk about things like positioning at the moment, and I don't think I will for this whole set. And the reason is because these two characters are quite happy to be grounded, and because they're both happy to be grounded, there's not much homing. You're not gonna see a lot of homing. You know what I mean? You're gonna see it when there's a large amount of distance to cover, but in the pressure game, you're not going to see much homing. There's not many good reversals both players can do against each other. It's going to be like one person gets hit, they get put into a corner, they then get stomped, and then the next match happens and so on. So that's just a badly timed 4D. Can't really fault you for that. Keobas needs to really get some confirms. Like if you're going to hit a random C, you know. Dude, he did like 3 2Cs in a row. Raw. Okay, so Keobas is in autopilot mode, and I can see that based on the fact that he's done like two Cs, one counter hit. That counter hit goes into a projectile instead. 5C, fist. Like this almost seems like an exact copy of the string he did earlier. Okay, if he does this, it is in your best interest to block. This fist, this super fist here, guard crushes. If you get guard crushed, the scaling on the combo is extremely high, so you won't take much damage from the combo itself. But normally you can 4D it. Now in this case, you can't 4D, and the reason is because of this slash that's here. He can let this go whenever he wants. So let's say, for example, you 4D the punch, and you dodge the punch. He'll then hit you with the slash, and he'll get a full combo on you, a full unscaled combo. So it's actually in your best interest to block at this point, which you do, which is good. He should let the slash go, get a combo. See, look how much damage that doesn't do. It is perfectly fine to let that go. The only issue is that if you're in a, let's say for example you actually have only that much health, so your health bar is like, I don't know, like that big, right? As soon as he sets the red thing, you need to like get your options ready, because you need to get out. Cool. That's standard. Nice poke out. The 5C has upper body clash. Also has like high amount of active frames, so it can clash projectiles as you've just done. That's good. Yeah, cool. Whatever. Okay. There's something went wrong here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so you missed that. That's fine. He gets hit by anyway. You didn't press a single button, even though Nazuna has really good buttons to keep people in check in there. Like if you press the jump C, just you can get him to block, and because of the way Nazuna jumps, right, which is like a kind of like, it's like an arc, really low arc. So let's see what happens. I think it's about here. Okay, so Nazuna's jump is kind of like this. Actually, wait, no, it's more like that. I need a new mouse. So if you press a button, what will happen is you'll actually land on the ground really quickly anyway. So it's actually low risk for you to press like a massive jump C just to get him to block it. Or if you 4Ds it, you can do something anyway. It's like homing downwards, you know. It's not as fast, but you're doing it off a normal jump. it's so like, you know, just when if you jump up and you don't know where he's gonna be, you should press jump C just to kind of get a good check on where he's gonna be. Also, it's massive. He's likely to block it, especially after attack, because after attack, you have an idea of where this guy's gonna go, man. He could be like, there's no way he can be that far. Like after attack, in that moment he can be here. He can, kind of like this general area. Oh, I drew a Pokeball. In this general area, and your jump C, I'm pretty sure is about, like, if you jump forward and press jump C, you'll cover this easy. You cover this massive area easy. So at that point, I think jump forward, jump C would have been good, just to get a good check on the opponent. So he would have blocked it, you would have landed, you could have got an air unblockable on him. Instead, you don't do anything. Here's the thing, right? If he attacks, he can't do any actions while he's attacking, which is, you know, obvious. You should try and use that time to just set a big button out. You get hit, so you've lost advantage. Random buttons are being pressed. I mean, those are like big ass Yomi buttons, which you're gonna have to do with Nazuna actually. But let's watch this again, yeah? You jump forward, press nothing, and because of that you lose advantage that you should have gotten. Remember that even if he 4Ds your jump C, you land quite quickly, so you can do something anyway. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so one of the things I said to the players earlier, in earlier videos, is depending on the startup of your attacks, you need a certain amount of distance before it actually hits them. There are two things wrong with what you did here. One, you started a homing way too close, and there's only like JB hits below her quite well, but if you're going to use jump 4B, you need much more space. Another thing is if you use jump 4B is, I can't see my mouse actually, it's about this big, something like that. That even if it had instant startup, like I say instant, sorry, about 4 frames of startup, you could have pressed it immediately. That means really you should have done the move, because like 4C is really slow. Sorry, not 4C. Jump 6B. You should have like started it up here, so that, you know, when you actually get down here, actually hit them at the tip. Basically, if that move, even if that move did hit Kamui, you would have hit it at the base, which is just bad spacing. See, it just doesn't happen. Like, it just doesn't happen. It is nowhere close to starting up, and because of that, you're gonna get mashed out. Then you should lose this game. Except Keobas doesn't finish his food. He tries to grab your tech. 5A into nothing. If you had to mash, just use 2A, because 5A whiffs crouches. You'll be careful with that. Bang, bang, no combo. Set the Oki. Cool. That's fine. Yeah, the jump B, it's hard to combo for jump B. 1, 2, nice. Okay, so you could have gotten a lot better off that. Because Kamui was standing, you could have went for a jump BC loop. I don't have a link at hand, but what happens there is you do 5B into jump forward BC, jump land 5B, jump forward BC. You can get quite a lot of damage, and you get to end in 2C, so you can set super bunnies. Instead here, you opt to go for a 5BC into arrows. I don't know why arrows. The point of extend force combos with Nazuna is to get knockdowns, so you can set up really oppressive Voki. That spacing 5B though. Cool, nothing's really happening. Okay, so while I would say that this angle of approach is really bad because you don't get to land, and it's really bad if your button whiffs, luckily Nazuna's buttons are like that, so you'll be fine. Unless you actually do whiff, in which, I don't know, you deserve to die, because it's really hard to whiff a button with Nazuna once it's out. Bang, and you get clipped, you get guard cancelled. Also, if you do, one thing I was saying to Hash earlier as well is, if you, let's say for example, let's go back here. You're flying at this angle, right? Okay, which is not a preferred angle for many characters. If you do make them block a jump cancelable attack, it is in your best interest to jump cancel it straight away just to stop momentum. Otherwise, you will end up like somewhere, you know, like here. You can jump cancel it, go for air block string, go for air block string, go for a mix up on their landing. All sorts of things you can do. Except leave it. Don't leave it. Anyways, cool. That's fine. Get yourself some space. Yeah, that's good. He charges up straight away. He loses a massive chunk of health. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Pretty sure that's a combo. Use 5A to do some pickouts with her. If 5A, if you whiff a 5A because it doesn't work, it recovers fairly quickly. You'll be able to still retain momentum anyway. That combo was red. Okay. This here is a perfect example of why you know, a perfectly vertical homing is bad. You see it now. Oh wow! Oh shit! Never mind. Wait, it's way further out. Yes, here. Okay, so. Okay. You see that? Perfectly vertical. Sorry, perfectly horizontal. I don't know. Perfect. Similar vertical heights. Right. So what happens is if you go in at this angle, you whiff a button. Look, you just drop to the ground. If Patch had pressed a button at that point, he would have got you easy. Unfortunately, Patch does not press a button. So you know that's a good dodge from Patch. See here. You could have easily, like that angle of attack. If you miss at that angle, you are going to regret it. Unfortunately, Patch doesn't actually fall down with you with a jump B, which is what he should have done, because if he makes you whiff, the only place you're going to be is below him. So he should have done jump B. And that's the thing for you, Patch. Like if someone homes in at you at that kind of angle, if they whiff their button, there is only one place they will be. If there's only one place there will be, you need to use a button for that position. Okay, so I make an actual jump cancel. Oh, nice dodge. But it's okay. So that's another thing about rising attacks. This is a good example of how a missed rising attack can get you killed, especially if it's long recovery. So here, see that? He's now at the top of his jump. Okay, he has to firm the entire recovery until he touches the ground, because he whiffed the button. He whiffed a big massive button. See, and see as he lands, he has to block Kamui's attack. That is what catching someone's landing looks like, except that this landing was fed to Keobas. That was a free landing, and he capitalized on it, which is fine. Yeah. Nazuna's 4D options really suck. I would really not recommend it. Okay, again here, you do a B, you just need to go for the jump BC combo. That's cool. I see you're not using like bunnies. Bunnies are amazing. Bunnies are amazing because it means that Kamui has to seriously watch where she's going for a long time. Okay, you set a bunny. Okay, unfortunately, you need to keep your eye on this bar here. If this bar empties, you will be unable to cancel normals into normals. You can't use any of your specials. Yeah, it just becomes real shit. So you want to make sure you don't use bunnies which take over 45%, like about 40-50% of your bar. Don't use bunnies if you haven't got the spirit for it. Raw just runs in. See, because your spirit bar is low, even if you do manage to punish him for anything, you can't get anything off it because you can't cancel normals into specials or even normals into normals. You know, a 2B would be really nice there, because let's go back. Okay, you fly As you go back, this fun thing happens. Cool, you hit him, nothing happens, you jump back. Okay, you see this height you've got here? That's pretty good. Okay, when you pop, and what happens is you pop these. Okay, that means he blocks it. That means you should go for an air block string right now. So you see, you go in, he jumps up. Yeah. Wow, you actually whiff. Raw. Okay, you actually whiff. Holy shit. Cool. Sort him out the air. Ooh, okay, so this move here is actually air unblockable. He has the red sword, you gotta be careful. Although that being said, Keobas held that sword for ages, so it's hard to expect it coming if he doesn't use it. It's hard to see it coming. But yeah, he opts to go for knockdown. He really likes this red sword. Nice. Okay, if you hit a carol crow like that, you just need to just jump forward and press jump A, and you can get a combo of that. You don't have to do any fancy air dashes or anything. It might have been a missed input, but I'm just gonna go by what I saw. So it's like here, bang. See, jump up, just press jump A into a combo, but you do, I don't know, you do something quite pretty funky. Oh, raw the mash. Yeah, there's not much like that. There's not that much like proper like Arcana heart like positioning stuff happening in this matchup, because these two characters are quite happy to be grounded. You know, it's quite traditional. Yeah, that is perfectly fine from both players. Yep, set some projectiles, you're far away, you both have space. You go in. Okay, so you had a great angle of attack. Unfortunately, Keogamer is like psychic, and oh boy, mid combo red sword. Ugh. Again, 4D it. I don't know what that is, but it probably combos. I'm just giving benefit of doubt. I don't know, like, I don't use that projectile at all. Oh no. Oh no. Keobas, what in the hell? I'm gonna play it at full speed. Okay, so he jumps over. Okay. Free combo! Ah, no, Keobas. Okay. Okay, so one thing to note is this goes for a character playing dark, a character playing lightning, whatever. If a guy is charging something, you know, he's got something ready, he's got it primed, this thing here. If he's got that primed and he's jumping back into it, this is the time for you to set your own Oki. Nazuna is a character that's really good at like converting space into, you know, something really disastrous. Like for example, a wolf. If you summon a wolf, he's going to have to block it. That projectile will mean nothing. If you summon a bunny, he can't go in on you. This lets you, I don't know, wait out for something if you need to wait out for something. If you see someone backing off into the thing that they're priming, use that time to set some Oki. So this goes for Lieselot as well. If Lieselot like has a doll in the corner and she starts backing off into the corner, summon a wolf. Use the space that he's given you. And don't go in. That's just obvious as hell, man. Like, he can let it go whenever he wants. So as soon as you jump in, he's just gonna let it go. And very few people are gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna hold it just in case he doesn't come in. Like, very few people are gonna be like that because of the massive risk of having a Nazuna jump in on you. Let's see what happened over here. This skipping thing sucks. Don't know why it does this now. But I have to skip like from really far away. I might just get a new video player. Okay, so you get hit here. He doesn't convert. 6A does cancel into 3B, so should have just done that. Right, so you do just straight up get air block stringed. So, oh my god. I'm just trying to like get to a point in the video, but my player just won't skip properly. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna home and try and, you know, just get advantage on your attack. Block, jump cancel, block. See, that's how an air block string works. His angle of approach, I'm just gonna draw here because I can't bother to go back. Was from here to here. No, it wasn't. It was from here to here. He makes you block something. If he doesn't jump cancel, he just kind of like lands in this corner here. But instead what he does is he jump cancels and does air block string. That is something you need to do as well, Patch. This goes for Nazuna as well. And this goes for everybody as well. Like if you're playing Elise a lot, right, and you like dash into someone with a cannibal jump A, you must cancel that. That's for Elise a lot of players. They'll know full well what I'm talking about. Whoa. That 4D wasn't good, but you know, you didn't know he was going to do that projectile. Yeah, boy. There seems to be a lot of unfamiliarity with Patch's Nazuna. Like he doesn't know that much about Nazuna. Seems to be like you guys are playing a solid game overall. It's just quite unclean. Like things like, you know, combos, hit confirms. The general easy stuff that's easy to fix. Okay, what happened here? I saw something. That's fine. Combo, free combo. Yeah, low homings are not good. Not with Nazuna anyway. Oh yeah, boy. Bursting against Earth EF is just not possible. Yeah. That your hit confirm is garbage. Jump C. Jump B is not that good for hitting people at kind of like this angle. Like in this kind of general area, jump B is not that good. Jump B is mainly good for about like direct. Sorry, my mouse is spazzing. Directly below and like kind of here. Okay, if you want to hit the angle, but like below you here, use jump C. It's also got a lot of block stun. So if he's on the ground, it will give you a lot of time for pressure. So jump C definitely would have hit there. I don't know why he's just mashing random buttons on the other side. Magnificent dodge. He extend force. You are actually screwed because of the angle of attack you went with. So what happened here? This straight angle of attack that kind of like goes upwards is like, that's worse than going straight up, because if you go straight up, your move will recover and you'll kind of recover in the air. If you go at this angle in yellow, this one here, right, you will whiff a button and you just hit this wall, you'll fall down and he'll kill you. So let's see what happens. See, okay, so you actually kind of go down as kind of downish. Still not very good, especially against Earth extend force. Yeah, that's gonna get you killed nicely, man. Just in general, like avoid kind of like shallow depths, you know, like shallow angles like that. Not to mention that the jump C you did was pretty bad as well. Yeah, and because he's an Earth EF, you're pretty screwed. Because in Earth EF he's gonna have armor and he's charging a special here. He's got Arcana out and you really can't do anything. You're pretty much done. And that's it. Overall, the play is not that bad. There's just like, it's just some shallow angles that are like really bad. Like, you know, you go like that and you whiff a button. It's especially characters like Nazuna, you have to do it from a lot further away, and if you do it and you get them to block an attack, you must jump cancel it, because if you don't jump cancel it, you're gonna end up like, you end up not in a good position, basically. And if you jump cancel, it gives you a chance to go for a better string anyway. Anyway, like you can do jump B. So say for example, you fly them from here to here, they are here. You hit them with a jump B. You can jump up into another jump B, forward B, jump C, and that string will keep them in block stun very nicely, so that by the time when you touch the ground, they're still in the air. And if you're on the ground and they're in the air, you can go for a 2B air unblockable. So if there's something that I think you should practice, is converting random air blocks into air block strings to set up an air unblockable. If you want to practice that, set a bot to jumping, set it to block, and just do block strings on it. And this goes for any character as well. Like I do that with Konoha, I do that with Heart. You set a bot to jumping, block, and you just do air block strings on it into 2B or whatever. For Keobas, just get your hit confirms, man. I don't know what the hell. Like, maybe you just can't do these combos at all. Like, maybe Earth completely screws them up, but I saw a lot of combos that just didn't work. And a lot of missed opportunities for combos as well. So yeah, let's just go ahead. Yeah, and that's the game over. Whew, yeah, so it's getting more progressively harder to actually commentate these, because as play gets better, it's a lot less obvious where the faults are. But yeah, there's in this particular match, that another thing that I saw that like Patch could really improve on is probably the usage of Karakro. But yeah, water, yeah, not all that. Also things like the meterless combo for Nazuna, but it's quite hard. It's something you should probably learn later, but it's something you can also improve on now if you want to. But you can get a meterless combo with Nazuna by doing 2A, 5B, 2C into the crow, but carrying the crow to set. So for something like that, ask EdCuth. He'll be able to tell you more about that. Anyways, that's it. And as always, guys, if you want me to analyze your game as well, just let me know on Discord. I'll try my best. And hopefully I won't burn out from doing these day after day. But yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching.